Hi, beautiful souls. Welcome to the tarot reading for 2024, which actually happens to be the year of the dragon. So, if that doesn't tell us something about the trajectory of this year, I don't know what would. So, the dragons are transformative. The dragons are so powerful and so uh, influential on the psyche of humanity. Ushtaka ezeti shene kaka su e se ekika. And they have an effect and can have an effect on the archetypes of humanity's psyche. Ejukaya shenze etika, ushtakaritsekekaka. Because a lot of the old archetypes need to be transmuted or retired, and we to adopt archetypes, if you were, that have nothing to do with how we've been living the last few thousand years. When we step back into who we are, those old archetypes will be transformed, won't be a part of who we are. I believe, and I've mentioned this before, that the reason we so experienced the grief that we did when Lady Diana died was because that was the end of the princess archetype. And that was the archetype of the helpless woman, the woman needing to be rescued by the knight in shining armor. And that archetype has now been, in a way, put to bed, put to rest, because where we're moving to is the equality that women don't need to be saved, that we can step into who we are and be self-directing and save ourselves if we need saving. So when that archetype was retired, many of us felt deep within our souls, within our psyche, around this planet. Ezusebitika, onjaka azetika, ajani teki, indi kikaka. And so many of them will change. Ambariate kike, ujat kriana kikeka, sukebi itishtanjatsa dikukanya tekmiakaka, ezikika. So I've pulled some cards for the entire 2024, and then I pulled more cards for the first quarter and the second quarter. So I'm just going to take you up to June with some specific card readings. So for the first quarter, or actually for the entire of 2024. So looking at the cards for the entirety of 2024, I'm going to pull the last card, and this is the card that will apply for the entire year. And it is that we will be victorious. It is the victory card. So when we look at the first card for 2024, which is the contemplation card, which is assessing our lives, assessing our world, assessing what we believe is truth, assessing what we believe we've accepted, and how we think we need to maybe modify our thoughts and our concepts and our perceptions. So I would say that it is the victory of that, the victory of assessing who we are. How have we created the garden that we are living in? How have we created the reality? How have we contributed to it? How have we, through our perceptions, through our acceptance, through our conditioning, have we accepted the world to be? So as this is the first card, we have already been doing this. I know that we have. The people that are interested in the readings that I do and the work that I do are really on a journey of inner reflection, a journey of becoming the observer of what it is how our life unfolds through our own perceptions, our own ideas and programming. Ora tikia shushendia makayet sekibitesta. In zikia kuya tekamo ukochats tik ungest usejik unge amanakika. In biatia suya tia kuya chuko umba tikik arshea zuzekanyaka. Indria chekea zukuria no kuka. So this is a powerful choice. This is a powerful choice to step out of the autopilot and to actually look at who we think we are and who we wish to choose to be as the year unfolds. So again, have a look. Look at the big picture of your life. Rise above and look at the patterns that you've been living over and over to identify the programming, to identify the conditioning. And it is more than likely not just from this life. It will be reflective of all of the lives that have not yet been resolved and healed. So step back into that power. Keep moving into that place of being the observer and understanding what makes you tick. Ijete tute ko aki ejekonda zetikta. India bukoyetse hikanyaka seki ata eze tushtanya. Imbiatea chua kiakaba akaka. So the next card is the 0 card of the deck. And this is new beginnings. This is stepping into the unknown. This is trusting with childlike innocence. So this new beginning. So once we've understood why we are the way that we are, once we've understood how we've come to this point, why our life is the way that it is, we then are in that point of power to choose something different. Now, this choice to be different, I have found, is often an hour by hour, day by day choice. And that the old program is struggling to stay. The old program, the ego, the monkey mind, however you want to see it or describe it, is struggling to hold on, struggling to keep you safe in its own mind. It thinks it's keeping you safe. It's trying to keep you in a box of familiarity. And what you need to do is to step out of that box. Step onto a path that might be a bit scary. Take that risk. Ejo takriat simbi tikika. Rati shenjea tsiki iki anya kakaka. Ujeti anyakiatsa. And this choice also incorporates trust, because you may not be able to recognize the path you're stepping onto. It isn't familiar. It isn't unknown. And so it can be like stepping out into air, stepping off a cliff, stepping into something totally unfamiliar. So there's a decision, and then there's a choice, and there's a trust that comes in this new direction for 2024. Ejukubokushteki kangia bat sakatitikika. Ojatadia kea stukinya sakababa. Ishikia nia kayat seke ke. So this is the new human that is evolving. We have to be born again. We have to be born anew. We have to be born anew in our perspectives, born anew in our ideas and who we are and where we're going and our place in this world. E jo jan desea ko konya ki kamaya ko ka se ikiko umbo te keke. Kanga kuko poputu shtaka kanaya toko ye tadikiko koko kombo o didikike. Ambaria tsikika kaka. Ije atsuye Sheatsukunya tseyabukute kikekekanya. India tsakaya kazes pahana. Shute gikekamba ode jikika anyakia tsatsa. So the third card for 2024 is actually the grandparent card. And in looking at this reading, yes, we have grandparents who are watching over us. We have ancestors that are watching our choices in this time, in this realm. We are at the forefront of a new era, and they are very interested and supportive and loving of us. So we are healing ancestral lines, and we have the support of all of those that love us in the unseen, not just grandparents. It will be higher selves, soul family, galactic family, whoever you perceive is who we are evolving into or remembering who we are, that is who is supporting us in a way that sometimes we're aware of and sometimes we're not. Ejukia bukunde yashtekika, hareti rata ikeka. So as I said, the last card is the victory card. So this is the birth of the new human. This is the birth of a sovereign being. Ejutakariatsej kandea se duchenna. India kiakuka andayaka sekika umbo otasteshti azukuye nikayatsa. Andariatse keke kokokanya nanenekika. Indayashtukia nakia bububatikayashtukanya tsikika. Haratike, unyaki saka ozasea. Ejusha, sha. India saka. And this is a human that's anchored and guided and directed from the heart center, from the soul, from the truth of who we are in all eternity, and not just from the head of survival, the head of reaction. It's a soul-based human being that we are being born into, a heart-based, a oneness-based, a connection. And I had an understanding this last week. I got into a moment of judgment with the people that I was surrounded with. And what I understood was the message that came to me was, we all just want to be loved. And when I looked at these people through that concept, my heart melted, and I understood that everybody is dealing with years of conditioning and programming and fear and grief and sadness that has been passed down through their family line. And so when I understood we all just want to be loved, I understood a greater awareness. I perceived a greater awareness and was able to embrace those people with love and compassion. Ejukia tseke, sukaya aniaku edestustanye kekeka. Idjakayo shoshanya maniniakia nyalutaka. Inyakutabikachatskanyatsikbebetiki. Artike jujeni anyakaya tsukuboto. Imi tsukuyoboto koshtanyaka. Artike mia tsakaya shusha aka ujatania tekemia. Ize tusheni aka. Okay, so let's have a look at the first quarter, January, February, and March. So this, in a way, goes with that Seven of Pentacles. So this was the first card for the first quarter. So in looking into 2024, what do you want to happen? What would you like to experience? This card is almost saying or encouraging you to create your year, to create, to sort of cast a concept into the future and see it come up and appear in your lives. So the two of wands is somebody contemplating the world, contemplating. They're not ready to step out yet, but they're imagining the path, imagining the journey. So the first encouragement for this year is to actually sit down, open a notebook, and what is it you would like to have happen? See if you can do it from the point of remembering 2024. Can you imagine what it is like, what it was like to find that, to experience this? So you're going to remember 2024 as a part of the process of imagining it and creating it. The moon card is the second card for the first quarter. And this is about seeing beneath the surface. So there's things happening, obviously, in the world. But what this card is encouraging you to do is to look beyond that, to look at what it means for humanity when we are moving through the things that we're moving through. There is a deeper meaning to everything. There is a deeper meaning to things that would seem unacceptable or unreasonable or horrible or awful. So this is seeing with new eyes what's happening in the world we're in, that we are in a huge place of transformation, a transformation that has never happened before on this scale. So go beyond the day-to-day events and contemplate the deeper ramifications of what is actually happening. So always love. So love will heal fear. So when you're looking at what's happening in the world, apply love to that situation. Apply compassion and care to that situation. And to you, to yourself, when you are trying to process all of this stuff. So love is the answer. Love is a higher frequency, and it will always assist, helping you transform, transmute the fear. Inye nuwe moyete sa I inye teki. Uyeti koyete ka anya sebetikaya. Ijitia chushe sha tsiki inye takaya tsekamiaka. Harti jetsuke yamu ute jatse shojata ye niakaya naku. Inye tukoyo tsaka sesa. The final card for the first quarter is clairsentience. And this is tapping in to a deeper aspect to feeling what's going on, rather than using that logical, analytical human mind. Feel into situations, get in touch with how you feel about it. And when you are heart-based and you are assessing a situation, you are going to get a more truthful read on a situation when you come from the heart than if you look at it and compare it and analyze it and assess it. So it's not that you throw all of that out, but you will get another facet to your understanding when you begin to check in and feel about things. Tap in. Ushea shusha saka unde kike endoshea sa aretike sunye takamayaka. So all is not as it seems. is the phrase that's just coming to me. So when you see something with your eyes and with your mind, tap in and feel how you feel about it. See if you can get another dimension to that situation through feeling into it, through getting little twinges and tweaks about it. Ejukayatsa, kingayatsa, sebotayasha. So it gives you another viewpoint of what's happening. Oretika mokoyet sekamaka. Sotayashtashtashtanye sekekamaya. Shokatariashtka anyat sekebi etestuka ostashtanyaka. Indeya bukulyo tsuku sharjoshika anyat sekaba atutstetekika. Andeya tsekuka. So the second quarter, April, May, June. The first card is the star card. So on one level, this is to dream, but it's also that you are guided. Know that, as the other cards were saying, you are not alone. Know that it is your heart guiding you or your family helping guide you. Ejuste biba nya 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 nyoni nenekideka. Ani dukariatekeka. And the cheer squad has come up again. Inya ninidiki ende dukoyo. Ambarikike nedikike. Izibiatia stuistea nia nanaki tikika. You're doing better than you think. Ejujani nenekike kakaka. If you're still breathing in and out, still alive, you are more than meeting your requirements or your commitments is what I'm getting. That on one level, there's nothing you have to do, but actually be here and ride the wave as things begin to transform and change with the observer activated. Ezibite kuyi nakaka, shute bikinye naka, ide kokaya. So you're guided. Ambahatea, edukaze seke etekeka. And you will tap into that guidance more within than with your head, maybe with your rational, logical human aspect. You will find the guidance within. Ejushe saka o betika. Inzakabatia takoya stoštani nekika. Isakatia chatsa. Ambataria chetze kikenya. Osataya stoštanya mokoye tsikike. Andaka koko. Koko 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 koko. Shejushani dikiyana. Ambaka sesi. Ejutia stoštaniaka. Ambia tuke se se se. Okay, so the third card for the second quarter is the simplicity card. And again, it's saying, keep it simple. Find the joy in the moment. Find the happiness in the moment. I think, as I said before, if going and getting a cup of coffee in the morning is your moment of joy, is that's your thing, watching the world walk by as you're sitting there sipping on that coffee. That's a simple thing to do. Find the simple things that bring you joy. Playing with your dog, whatever it is, simplify. Let go of focusing on the external world so much, the things that are happening around the world. If they're in your backyard, of course, it is something to be contemplated. Why is it in your backyard? What is it that it is triggering you to feel? But the more that you observe and feel and breathe how you're triggered about what's happening, the more you will shift and change the reality that does appear to you. So the last card for the second quarter is the You Are Safe card. So this would prompt me to say that there are going to be things happening that makes us feel unsafe. but that we are safe, that we have a mission, we have a purpose, we have a journey, and focus on that journey. And that journey is to love ourselves, to find compassion for ourselves, to be at peace with who we are, warts and all, to live and find that frequency of love and compassion and care as much as you can. Ushta e kike ne tikeka, shute abukune tikika oziataka. And by doing that, reaching for those frequencies, it emanates out into the world and begins to change the world around us. Ejushetsi ambokayatsa, kike sutaya rune tikeka, zetia shusha amba aki. So let me bring through a specific light language transmission for 2024 to support us through this year of great change, the year of the dragon. Ejusha kaka imbe tokoyo. Okay. Retikonde secretariatsa. Fui tikondar kike jut kriana kikeka. Azea tuштanie nanamikike. Hariania tuye zaka inakaka. Itaria shosheni ezuzanya. Ezuzanya nyaniakuye. Hartize tuka. Have a light heart. Indestute kayatsa. Indaria shezian kuyetsa. Bakuye nananiakine. Beatu kayatsa kanyatse tekeka. Haretije shushanya mukoyotsu tsa tsetsa setsa. Ijetsea tuya shushini kakayatsa. Ambriateka sukea 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 sukea. So we've got this. We've got it. We've actually already done it. We just have to remember it, that we've already done it. Izetiko ambaka akiatsa. All my love to you, beautiful souls. Thank you so much for all your support. My channel's been going 3 years now, and I give thanks to each and every one of you that watches, that likes, that shares. My love goes with you throughout this year. Speak soon. Bye-bye.